Honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna say because I know I got a journal and I haven't been journaling, but it's just because a lot has been going on. Um, One thing for sure, um, I wasn't feeling good. I got my IV done, and when I did that, um, my body didn't take it well again. I thought I was getting better with my IV treatments, like how my body responds to it, but it's like it didn't do good last time. Like I still feel like honestly sick now. I'm just trying to rest a lot, but pretty much I went to go get my IV treatment, and they had to put it in a new place because the hand that they were using the past several times, it it just tapped out. Like it couldn't give anymore, so they had to get a different place in my arm, which hurt really bad at a certain point. So I just tried to be really still because they don't care enough to take it out and replace it anyway. They don't, cause and you know how I know, because I told them it hurt and they were like, "Oh well, you're almost done," which I think is kind of ugly because if you stuck a needle in someone and they're getting like IV drips and they tell you it's uncomfortable or it hurts, I don't understand why so many people be like, "Oh, well, you're almost done." I was not almost done. I was at the 50% point and it had already been kind of hurting like before that. She just happened to hear me say, like, "Oh, that hurts," you know? So she came in the room to check. And I don't know, I just feel like that's just kind of cruel. Like, I'm already like not able to drive because of the epilepsy and stuff. I already gotta come here for extra hydration. There's already a concern about my kidneys now because of the blood work not going in the right direction. And it's like even if all that wasn't true, I don't understand what harm would it have done you, seeing that I'm only 50% like done with it. Like it at best. I don't understand why once I say it hurts, why couldn't you just kind of like pause the machine, stop it, and just replace it? You know, I think it's kind of hurtful because a lot of people already don't like needles, and I don't know. It kind of hurt my feelings. I'll say that. But everyone's different, but I'm just not gonna time management or whatever. I don't know. But once someone tells me like, "Oh, this hurts," and this something stuck inside their body, I just feel like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just going to, pause it, take it out, I'll fix it because it's just a kindness, like, like a decency thing. But anyway, so I ended up just trying to be really, really still and just almost holding my breath. I don't know. And maybe that's also part of the problem because I don't handle stress well. It triggers the POTS. And so when I go to stand up, because I'm finally finished, I'm just trying to get out of there because my arm hurts like really bad. I could instantly feel the fluid going like straight into my legs when I stood up, and it rushed in there so quick. Like I could feel it, and it affected how I walked. Like I was like trying to like fight it to walk normal, but I was like coming up on my toes and stuff. I don't know. It was crazy. It was just, and then of course I didn't feel good too long after that because usually when the fluid's like rushing to my legs, it just doesn't go well. It just doesn't go well. That's usually a trigger in and of itself or a warning before the storm. So you start feeling, usually I start feeling all the fluid going to my legs, um IV or not. I already know something is going to go wrong. It is because I have a tendency for the blood to pool in my legs. So um that's how that went. I told myself I would just kind of try to hydrate more at home and rest more because I've been under a good amount of stress, and I don't know, it's just a bunch of stuff with that. But I ended up, I can't say it's a good thing it happened when it did happen because it was, I think, a week or so before Halloween, and I was able to. I couldn't do all the stuff I wanted to do with my kids, obviously, But thanks to their godfather and stuff, you know, we were able to take them trick-or-treating for like an hour. I think it was like right at an hour or under. I was struggling so bad, but I was like, I'm gonna suck it up. And I don't know, I do that a lot. Like, even when I feel really, really sick, I will push it to the point where either I'm gonna pass out or I ain't. And it's gonna be whatever God wants it to be. But I'm gonna make sure my kids have like a really great experience. I pay for it later, of course, but it's worth it to see them, like, you know, be happy, have a few good pictures, a couple memories. Like, I never want my hindrance to be my kids' hindrance. I want them to be able to have at least, you know, some good memories, even if it's at my expense, because it's, I don't know, my problem, my health issue. And I don't know, I've always kind of said that, like, I'm already aware that they miss out on stuff. Like, I can't even drive them nowhere, so by default they're missing out on stuff. Anything, any events, anything going on, I have to let someone else know or schedule in advance. Like, it's extra steps that go on when you're not allowed to drive. um so anyway, that's, I guess, I don't know, that's, I guess, just the update, I guess, with the health stuff. It's just been really, really rough. And oh, and then I had my patch. So I usually wear like my patch on my arm. I had to switch to the tablets because the patch, um, I don't know, my skin all of a sudden did not like the patch. I don't know like what happened, but when I took the patch off, you could see like little tiny scars, like little tiny scabs where the thing was. Like, it went from just okay, a mild side effect where it just turns the skin a certain color to now it's like a full blown reaction. So I had to go ahead and, you know, like take take that off and switch to the tablets. However, when I switched to taking the tablets, I guess it changed how my body was receiving the medication. So it led to terrible palpitations, like just outright terrible, high, incredibly high blood pressure, a lot of nausea. Like, it was pretty much given like very dangerous withdrawal symptoms, because you have to make sure you're matching the medication dosage up properly, because it plays with like your brain and stuff. And that's always like the scary like part of being on medications that affect your brain. I think that's for all brain medications, whether it's for epilepsy, mood, um it just anything that messes with the chemicals of your brain. You have to be incredibly careful with whatever dose you're on versus coming off of it, because it was messing with your brain to begin with. You don't know how your brain might, you know, deal with that. So, and considering the fact that this medication was slowing down my nervous system a bit, it didn't, it was like a slingshot effect. So everything it was slowing down shot like forward, and it's still trying to adjust to the tablets, because that's one of the reasons I got on the tablet anyway. I'm off the tablet anyway. It's one of the reasons, because I would always tell when the medicine was wearing off, because you could feel the changes in the body. So the patch kept it more consistent, like more stable. So been dealing with that as well. So right now, all I really want to do is rest. Just like, I just want to rest, and I don't know, like just kind of relax a bit and let my body like chill, because at one point it was so painful in my chest. It felt like by the time it calmed down and the medication, like everything kind of like calmed down, it felt like I don't know, like if you've ever like got into a fight or fell or really hurt yourself and your body just ached really bad, like it felt like it was just falling apart and it needs to rest. That's what it felt like in my chest. It by the time everything calmed down, it felt so worn out and so delicate. I just laid in the bed and rested. I'm still pretty much staying in the bed for I think for like the next like week or so. I'm gonna try to just see how well I heal up. Um so anyway, but that's that.